Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I got my co-host over here, the Greeze. Say hello, Greeze.
Hey, for YouTube audience, how do you like I zoomed in a little bit?
Yeah, now we look like we're conjoined.
Dude, and we also look like our chests are just... My chest looks... Oh, no, it doesn't look as big as yours. But I tried. I'm wearing my AJ Styles shirt.
You have 3 T-shirts. You have one that says, like, Girl Dad, one that's Franklin without the vowels, and then you have the AJ Styles shirt.
Yeah, some people think that Franklin shirt's
profane.
Yeah, I found that out.
Yeah. I poured you a little something. And the best part about pouring Greeze something blind is that I'm pouring it right in front of him, but he's so oblivious to anything that's going on. He does, so I don't even have to hide it. I put the bottle underneath the nook shelf here.
This studio was in shambles, and it still is, but we got it up.
I love that he's like, he was in shambles. Like, I wonder how that could have happened in my own home. Mm-hmm. So.
This is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
First, dude,
a lot of flavor.
There's some
real sweet.
There's some brown sugar all up in this crap.
Yep.
All up in it.
Oh, it's so warming.
Is it just called brown sugar bourbon?
Should be.
That's how I feel about peanut butter.
Yeah? It should just be called peanut butter?
No, the screwball. Just like, oh, this is peanut butter bourbon. And they're like,
yeah,
bingo.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
It feels like now, this is my first pour.
It feels like it's malty.
It does.
It does have a higher malt content.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's my first pour, so I don't know.
Brown sugar and high malt content should give you a clue of where this is from.
Okay. Like, there's a Rolodex of what brown sugar distilleries there are?
There's a specific distillery that always you get a lot of brown sugar on, and the high malt content should give it away.
Is this Leapers?
Yeah. This is my quarterly bottle from that Hillsborough Society.
Another one.
So this one is called South Hall Symphony. This is Tennessee bourbon, so it's their...
They got in bed with that rich people place.
It's that Tennessee bourbon, so it's their wheat mash bill, which we know has 15% malt in it, high malt content. And it's...
we know.
4 years, 4 years and 100 proof, but finished in a maple syrup barrel.
Yep, okay. That checks.
It's delicious.
So South Hall is like the Blackberry farm of what I'll call near Franklin.
Yeah, Leaper's Fork. If you went to Whiskey Weekend Batch 5 Homecoming, you went out to Leaper's Fork. South Hall is literally right down the road. Recently opened. If you want to drop like 15, 20 grand on a staycation.
Is it already that expensive?
It's extremely expensive for the rooms. The rooms are like $2 grand a night.
Well, okay. Hey,
then you got food.
So Blackberry
and
is the same pricing structure?
Blackberry Farm during like their on season. You can get deals in the off season, but Blackberry Farm is very expensive.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out how South Hall could be just as expensive because it looks like a construction project.
Not now. Have you seen it recently?
Have they gotten
gorgeous?
Have they gotten really big trees? Because they got rid of a lot.
They will get more trees. Right. This is, but I love this, and it's got this like embossed maple leaf.
Can't buy old trees.
You can't buy this bottle. This is a club exclusive, Hillsborough Society Club exclusive.
That's pretty cool.
So
good on them.
I mean, you can tell I've enjoyed it.
Where's our barrel pick?
I don't know. I mean, there's two parties there that are not tangoing.
Well, I've got documentation that says I did my part.
Well, it took a minute, but yeah. So I want to start off with some whiskey so we can check that box and move on. But
the FBI.
Yeah, you went on a little family vacation, but with now your whole family. You left the youngest behind.
Yes,
which is a good call. She's 3.5.
She would have cussed us out. Like the whole time, and my middle kid was just like, "What does cussing out mean?" I was like, "She just says bad words," and she's like hate and stupid, and I was like, kind of,
but a little bit more aggressive,
kind of like that, yeah, but like just different tone,
like the word that words mommy says.
Oh yeah,
yeah, those words.
Did I tell that story the other day?
I don't know. You may have.
It was like I don't know. It was something about the F word, and I was like, I don't know any F words. And Everly looks over at me and goes, yeah, you do.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, fart.
It was a pretty good
fart.
Yeah, flatulent.
Can't say that one. I was telling you before we got started that my son, we were like wrestling as you do. And I thought he pooped. And I go, Henry, did you poop? And he goes, no, I did gas.
He did gas.
I was like, man, solid comeback.
Yeah, so I did slightly do some bourbon hunting.
Yeah, when you went to one of those expensive shops in D.C., right?
Well, here's the deal. I walk in there, and there's an E.H. Taylor small batch just on the regular shelf.
Yeah.
So I was like,
what's the price on that one?
I asked.
Okay, yeah.
He scanned it. He goes 120.
Yeah.
Exactly what I thought in my head.
Which is double.
Yeah.
Solid 2X.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm perusing. They had like Eagle Rare for 100.
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace was like 80.
Yeah.
So elevated stuff, but then I go over to this cabinet and dude, they had like Warehouse C, they had Pappies, they had these 16 to 18-year-old Willets, like 5 of them. No price tag on them. I didn't even bother.
No price tag on any of those?
No.
Like, because I would have at least asked about the Warehouse C because it is such a like relic at this point.
I could have, well, not the Tornado. It was the regular,
more current one.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
It was the actual Warehouse.
If it was Tornado, I would have been like, what's the price here?
Yeah, no Tornado. But I found it very interesting.
Yeah.
They are in a case along the side of the building, and the case is an exposed window on the back.
Yeah.
So 2 things.
Sunlight.
1, sunlight breaking those down like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to get more heat. You're going to get cooler temps like in the winter, summer, all that stuff because it's on the adjacent outside wall. 2, if anybody knew what the heck they had right there, that was like, oh, that's $30,000 worth of whiskey. Let me just go punch that window.
Right, even if they didn't know, it looks fancy, and liquor stores are notorious for getting robbed.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'd be like, but at the same time, maybe they aren't ever planning on selling them. Maybe it is just like a showcase piece that they have.
Yeah, so they're just waiting on someone to steal them.
Yeah, I mean, right. So,
or maybe they price them like that. Maybe somebody will steal them, and then they're like, we lost out on $30,000.
Yeah, insurance claim.
Insurance claim.
Yeah. Oh, you figured out the whole scam right there.
Yeah.
Figured it out.
Why do people burn down their houses?
For insurance money.
I know, but like how, that just seems like if like it's worth more than they paid for it or something.
Oh, they need money fast.
Or I don't think that would be fast.
I mean, faster than not trying to sell it.
Could they?
And you got a mortgage on it.
I feel like there needs to be a helpline for those kinds of people.
Yeah.
Wanting to burn your house down, give us a call. 1-800 whatever. And sit down with them, hold their hand and go, you do understand what a HELOC is.
Right. They don't want more debt. That's more debt.
Well, they need money.
Right, but I don't think they want more debt. I think that's probably why they're burning their house down. Is the debt situation? If you were to ask me,
so
I've never burnt a house.
They're just not patient. They don't want to list it, or they're just like, screw that. I'm not giving 6% to realtors.
Yeah, it's probably the realtor commission that they're really messed up about.
Honestly, that's what we need to fix. We need to fix that.
Oh, there's a whole thing. There's a whole thing. They've been like sued by the government, the Realtors Association, for unfair practices because they bully the realtors into not taking lower commissions. Whole thing.
Yeah, I don't.
Andy Payne, go ahead and drop me a line. Tell me if I'm right or wrong on that.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to paint a bad picture for Ross, Andy, Jennifer, other people that listening to this podcast that are realtors. But I'm just saying,
it's not their fault. It's the association.
The Association of Realtors?
Yeah. You can't be a realtor unless you're part of the Realtor Association.
So it's like a bar?
No, it's like a trade group. So if someone has realtor, it means that they're a part of the Realtor Association. If you're not a realtor, not everyone's a realtor.
So it's like a union.
It's like all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. Some people are just real estate agents.
They're just solo.
Yeah.
Without a broker.
No, you have to have a broker. That's licensing. This is trade group, completely different.
Okay. Well, Here, I thought I already knew a lot of stuff and I could be a realtor real quick, but you're telling me some things that I do not know or care about.
Greeze practices lots of things without a license, so I'm sure that you've sold a few houses on the DL.
Dude, we got these scooters in D.C.
As you do.
Oh, by the way, back to the liquor store.
Yeah.
I ended up walking away with a $25 bottle of Wild Turkey 101.
There you go.
And did I finish it? I sure did.
Yeah, you did.
It was great.
Yeah, I love Wild Turkey 101.
Well, it was like we had the hotel, and then like I'd hit a couple ounces before we'd go walk around for 3 hours, get back.
And then the kids go to bed. Right.
Well, no, and then we would make drinks, all go up to the rooftop. The girls just wanted to work out in the gym, so
that's a normal thing.
I know. I don't get it.
I foresee therapy in your children's future.
Yeah, I mean, my
not because of the workout situation, because you're their dad.
That's true. Landry was like, Dad, I need to go up to the rooftop. I need to go and work in the gym. And I was like,
That's also probably a cool situation. It's up top.
Yeah, I mean, it's a novelty.
Grease is like pounding Wild Turkey and doing free weights, and it didn't turn out well.
It just like anytime I got bored, I just went over there and was like, go.
Yeah, that's called a problem. Anytime I got bored, I drank alcohol.
I drank more this past weekend than I have a month combined.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, no, I doubt that. Pool time,
but dude,
pool time.
My body held up.
Yeah,
I didn't have too much.
Yeah, that's good.
I just had a lot.
That's good. Samantha and I went on a date last night. Went and had dinner, but then we went afterwards to this place
Thank
called
you for sharing. This is really good.
Putt Shack. Have you heard of this?
Putt Shack?
You heard of this?
Oh, it's the internal. It's the indoor putt.
It was awesome.
And it's near 12th and Porter used to be.
Yeah, right. It's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a place right around the corner called Penn's Mechanical, which is like one of those bar arcade. They have like the retro games and pinballs. But this place, it's called Putt Shack. And they use like the same chip technology as Topgolf.
Yeah.
So as you go through, you play 9 holes, and it's like each game is 9 holes. So you can add more or whatever. But there's 4 courses inside. 4 9-hole courses.
Are they cool courses?
Unbelievably cool.
Seriously?
So cool.
I thought we were in like a Gatlinburg situation where
no,
this one goes to the left.
No, like one
Next
of them.
one,
I'll
there's
show
just
you
a hump in the middle.
I'll show you this because Samantha took a video of it.
That's what I hate about like, ooh, let's go play miniature golf, and then you walk in there and you're like,
I was afraid it was going to be lame,
right?
Because I played like indoor courses in like Virginia Beach and Myrtle Beach, and they were stupid.
You and I have played in
in Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach,
and it was awful.
It was so stupid.
But this is like this course, like
the originator of May the 4th Be With You played with us that day.
Then that's not true. That's another lie. So let's see. Like, watch this. This is
okay. So y'all are he hit it off the top of a platform, and there's a bunch of tom drums, and a snare, and then a hi-hat, and it cascades down.
So that's
swirls around.
That's like the trick shot. Like almost each hole has like a trick shot. You get more points. The goal there is to get the most points instead of like lower thing. So you place you place your golf ball on a little black circle, and it reads it, lights up green around it, meaning you can putt. It knows you're there. It says "Will's up," and you putt, and each hole has like a super hole, it's a green tube, and that typically is going to get you a hole in one or close to one, but it's always really difficult. Then there's hazards, and that subtracts from your score. And then you can also play around it, bank shot, and do different stuff. But each person, once you putt through till you get in the hole, and it counts your strokes for you.
Oh, okay. So you don't alternate.
No, First person goes, you play.
Did you leave Samantha back after you hit? You're like, all right, love you, bye.
No, because then you got to wait for your team because you play as a group. But and also I let her go first, and she beat me, so she got to keep going first. But it was a lot of fun, and like the other course, the Amber course, we were on the Emerald course, which is great. The Amber course, all the holes were themed like arcade games. So there was like I didn't see what the goal was, but there was like one that was themed after the basketball
NBA
like
Jam?
like Hot Shots.
Oh, okay.
Like arcade games, like ticket games.
Got it.
And then
skee ball.
One was a skee ball, and so and that was the final one of the course. And so when you don't get your ball back, as in traditional putt.
Yeah, and here's the deal: they got chips in them anyway. So as a kid, you got to that last hole, and somebody puts their hand down in there, so it doesn't suck it away, and then you just take the ball with you.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
No, you can't.
Got a GPS chip,
and you got to know.
It just is.
You got to know who
brother.
won. And so and then at the end, Samantha won by 10 points, and it said Samantha's the winner, and she celebrated, and that was fun. But it was really cool. I was expecting
I was expecting her to beat you by 1 or 2. 10?
No. So 10 is basically like if you get a hole in one without the super hole, which gives you 10 extra points, you start at 50. And then if you do it in 2 strokes, it's 40. Like it subtracts by 10s. It's not by 1s. So basically, she won by 1 stroke, essentially, or a tunnel. There's a couple that have one was like that we played it was like a half pipe, like a snowboard half pipe.
Okay.
And if you went straight down the middle, you're going to go into a hazard, and it subtracts like 10 or 15 points from your score. But then there's
I could see me going there and getting super pissed.
There's gates. You can pick up extra points if you hit it up the half pipe. And then if you go up and around, you can get it into the green hole, which gives you extra points. It was just a ton of fun.
That sounds awesome.
And it was just booze? The 2 of us. Yeah. And at each hole, there's a QR code you can scan to order them to send you a drink.
And they'll bring it to your hole. Guys,
it was great.
We live in 2024.
It was really cool.
Just when you think all of humanity is doomed, everybody's protesting everything. No one knows anything about how to vote or do anything like that. We're all confused.
There's a place called Putt Shack.
Yeah, there's a place called Putt Shack where dreams come true.
And they have 2 full bars and a restaurant in there.
So you can just stay there for 4 hours.
It was really cool. And it's it took for 2 of us to do 9 holes, it took about 30 minutes. So if you have a group of 4, probably 45,
what's the cost per 9?
$14
each.
Yeah. Not
that
bad.
Is way cheaper than I thought it was.
I was expecting it to be like $30.
I was too.
$14. And if you do a full 18, you just pay for an extra. During weekdays, you get half off the second 9. So
what about the 3rd and 4th 9?
I don't know.
I wonder if you could buy 3, get 4th free.
Oh, it'd be great.
I'm telling you right now, dude.
Great.
Will, if things aren't popping at the office and it's about 1:30,
just schlep on down to Putt Shack. I wish it was in Franklin. I would be there every night of the week. It was I can't wait for my cousin, my nieces, my daughter's cousins. They're 13. I can't wait to be let's just go to Putt Shack because it's already hot here. It's going to be brutal this summer. Finding an activity indoors.
Right.
During the day, kids can go. Yeah. After 8, it's 21 and up, which it makes sense. It's a bar.
So in D.C., we rode the scooters.
Yeah.
Like the little Uber Limes. Mm-hmm. Blast. Great way to see D.C. DC.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
We're flagged.
We're going to get a COVID misinformation warning because Greeze is talking about the CDC.
Testified today or whatever. He got grilled.
Grilled. Oh, brutal.
Dude, he got blackened or grilled or fried, whatever you want to call it. But
sauteed,
baked.
He didn't get baked.
He didn't get baked.
No.
He wished he got baked.
It would have been a lot better. Yeah.
But no, we just went up and down the mall, going to museums, riding the scooters. Hey, let's go to the Lincoln Memorial.
Did you go to the Spy Museum?
No.
Spy Museum's great.
I didn't even know.
Oh, you missed out. It's in Chinatown. It's awesome.
Do you know what we need to do? So I went to Chinatown.
Yeah, when you miss the Spy Museum, it's a little hidden. Spy Museum.
A little back door?
Yeah. No, a little incognito.
Oh, incognito. I like it.
No, it's a great museum.
Dude,
really cool.
The biggest bust was the Native American Museum. It's so...
They phoned it in, didn't they?
The government...
They phoned it in.
Is still screwing them over.
Yeah.
They
phoned it in.
It's terrible.
The outside's beautiful.
The outside's cool.
The structure of it is very pretty.
But
then they're like,
a little tribal feel.
Just throw some buffalo heads in there, call it a day.
Oh, I wish.
Some feathers, maybe.
I wish.
No, not even that.
Dude, there's one exhibit where there's just a pack of what looks like Cheetos. And be like,
did they invent Cheetos?
Modern native Indian food.
Really?
Yes.
They eat Cheetos?
It's the weirdest thing. And then
so it sounds like what you're saying is the Native American Museum is still perpetuating some racism.
It's completely racist. And then you go up to the 3rd floor or whatever, and they have this like imagination station or whatever, where you go in there and there's this thing where you have to balance on a kayak, which is the funnest thing to do on property.
Yeah.
That's it.
But also kind of sounds like, hey, you can be Native American too.
Exactly.
It's do these silly things.
It's just you sitting on this thing like, can I hold this for 60 seconds? I don't know. Man, it must have been hard being an Indian.
No, this is not good.
It's not.
Why can't we do right by them?
Wait. This is the greatest thing.
Oh, no.
Up there in the Native American History Museum, on that floor is this big screen with what looks to be like a Tony Hawk skateboarder.
Okay.
And they have a mechanical skateboard you can get on.
Okay.
And you can actually shift back and forth to steer your skateboarder, and you're just supposed to get these coins.
No.
Native American Museum.
Why?
I have no idea.
You know it's bad when
Tony
Greeze
Hawk.
is like, I don't think this is appropriate.
It's not appropriate. It's so not appropriate. And like when I say there were 50 people in there on a this was Sunday.
Yeah.
But the weekend museum crowd, big.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, you go to Air and Space, it's wrapped around the building.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere.
Let me go ahead and tell you something that's kind of semi like boring. Air and Space.
Yeah, when I was young, it was cool. And I remember specifically going, they had a traveling Star Wars exhibit. They had they
had Star Wars toys.
Well, because they probably still have them from like 1998.
No,
there was this traveling Star Wars exhibit that was really cool, and it was at Air and Space, and I went, and they had like the C-3PO costume and the Chewbacca costume and Luke's lightsaber and everything, but it was like a special collection kind of thing.
Was Chewie's costume just laying there limp?
No, it was behind glass, like in a. It had like structure to it.
Okay, good.
No, it wasn't just like they threw it out as a rug.
Well, I mean, if the same coordinator of the Native American Museum was there, he'd be like, "Yeah, just throw it on the ground. It looks like a rug. It's fine." No, my favorite exhibit though was what has the dinosaurs?
The natural history.
Natural history.
Yeah, that's a good museum.
Natural History Museum. That was a great museum. I basically saw everything that I would be more terrified of than a shark.
Yeah, that's good for you. It's good for you. You need to see that.
The best was the Capitol tour.
Yeah, Capitol tour is great.
It was great.
It's a beautiful building.
I got to ride in the underground train.
Oh, see, that's a big deal.
That's a perk.
How'd you pull that one off?
I basically told him, I said, "Hey, the FBI's after me. Can we get out of here quick?" Like, what's the easiest way to get out of here and not seen?
No, that's really cool. The Senate has a train that goes from the Capitol to the Senate office buildings.
Yep,
and it's almost like the People Mover at Disney.
Oh,
and by train, it's like it's little like Disney
the People
cars.
Mover is way longer.
Yeah,
they say it's the shortest train in the world.
Yeah, it's not very long. Yeah. It goes 30 yards, but you go under the screen.
I mean, it's like 200, but sure.
But that's really cool.
Sell it short.
That's a really cool thing that you did.
No, yeah.
I think the most
bourbon caramel shake, boozy shake.
Yeah.
It was fabulous. It was Capital Burger. Capital Burger, by the way, solid.
Pretty good?
Pretty daggum good. No.
Hey, did you tell Owen you were up there?
No, because I didn't want to. I knew... Everybody texted me like, "Are you going to see Owen?" And I'm like, "No, I can't."
He would have come seen you.
Just
he didn't live that far. He lives in Chevy Chase. It's like 10 minutes.
Chevy Chase?
Chevy Chase, Maryland.
Well, it would have been like...
It's like, from where you were staying, it's like 2 metro stops.
It would have been 10 p.m. And let me go ahead and tell you what my condition was at 10 p.m.
Sorry, Owen.
I was already asleep.
Sorry, bud.
I know. I debated it, but the other thing is like
now we're publicly putting it out there.
Oh, and I'll call you. Which, by the way, I don't care. I've texted Owen 3 times.
Oh, right.
No response.
I think you're blocked because you're trying to give him menu item suggestions.
Okay. Well, you know what? This last one was not good. Was a good on you, Owen. Okay, I said Kava grilled steak, you glorious son of a bitch. Kava just introduced grilled steak.
Yeah.
You don't have to get chicken anymore. You can get steak like a carnivore.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't
and I was just like, good on you. It took bringing Owen in there to be like, we should do steak.
We should put some beef in here.
Right. But now I will say this. I have a lot of ideas.
We've already gone over them. We actually have gone over them on this show. Please don't read them.
Just Southwest egg rolls.
I know them.
I just want to throw some keywords out there for algorithm.
But you don't. Those are
Chili's.
In Grease's internet, that's like peak. You're going to go viral if you just say Southwest egg rolls. Guaranteed 100,000 views on whatever you're putting out there.
Who will win the Biden-Trump, what is it called? Debate.
Southwest egg rolls.
Southwest egg rolls.
Yeah, if you were to look at the tags of this episode, Southwest egg rolls are probably going to be in there. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to hit the other demographic too. Playboy.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, I don't know if you want that audience.
but it'll get served.
Well,
they're not going to click it, but they're like, no, that's not. I see that thumbnail.
Let's be honest, man. Our listeners and followers are well aware what Playboy is.
No, I assume they are, but I just meant they're going to look at the thumbnail and not click, and they're not going to click us if that's what the tag that got them served it. You see these 2 jokers on there and be like, I don't know why this is in my feed because everything else around it is not that.
Yeah,
but I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I will give it a 30-second click.
I'll read the articles.
Oh man.
Yeah. So DC was good. The bourbon was, I mean, the Wild Turkey 101 was great.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. Everything else, don't know. Don't care.
I'm trying to think if I did any other whiskey shenanigans of late. Nope. Just drinking neat whiskey.
You almost went fishing with Don.
I did almost go fishing with Don.
Do you think he would have broken out like some kind of cool whiskey while you were on the boat?
No, Don's very safe. I mean, maybe for me, but he was driving the boat. He's not going to be drinking whiskey.
Oh, that's
He's a very safe boat operator.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fair.
We were going to go fishing.
Actually, I don't know that, but that's
last Saturday, and it wasn't supposed to rain till the afternoon.
Don is the owner of
Fairview Fine Wines and
Liquors and Fine Wines.
That's the one. And
he loves to fish.
And he's like, he's like, I'm going to go out on the lake. He asked me actually a few weeks ago, and I couldn't do it. I was keeping, I think it was while Samantha was out of town, and so I had the kids. But he was like, hey, I'm going to go back out this week. I was like, I'm in. Let's do it. And then it was going to rain in the afternoon, so he's like, let's go super early. And I woke up at like 3:45, and it was pouring at my house, like full on downpour. And Don texted me, he's like, it's a little wet out here. And I'm like, yeah.
Is that bad for fishing?
Well, one,
stirs up the water, makes it cloudy.
Yes. And also, do you want to be just out on a boat just getting hammered with rain?
You gotta.
No.
I mean, I've been on a boat hammered.
Right, but not by rain.
Yeah. Well,
but that's not ideal.
Caught out there.
Not ideal.
I was
a lot of times
coming in from that.
A lot of times the fish will just go to the bottom and not be interested.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of distractions going on the water. So,
yeah.
But we decided
smoky water. You got to stop, drop, and roll. They got to go to the bottom.
Yeah.
I did do. That was You didn't appreciate that joke. It wasn't really a joke.
It wasn't great.
It was.
I understood what you said.
I phoned it in. Yeah. Now, I was like that when remember when I got caught in that storm?
Oh, right. But if you had known you were going to get caught in the storm,
I would have ran like a baby.
You probably wouldn't have gone.
100%.
Right. So we were like texting back and forth.
100%. It was the most scared I've been on the water.
I could tell Don was like, probably like a little like, man, I hate to cancel, but this is terrible condition.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, I'll still go if you're up for it. But it may be a lot of driving for no reason. It's like an hour away. We're going up to Old Hickory Lake.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have taken like an hour to get there. And I was just like, man, let's just not. He's like, how's your rain gear? I'm like, I have a slicker. Like, I mean, I don't have like a full frog suit or something to keep me bone dry in terrible weather. And he's like, yeah, he's like, there's also like a 5-mile run from where we launched to where we have to go, where you're going pretty fast, obviously get there quicker. He's like, it'll just be kind of brutal. And I go, let's go back to sleep.
Let's just punt.
It's 3:45. I still got several good hours of sleep before the kids wake up if we don't do this. So that's what we did.
Call me when you go. I'll bring crickets, bobbers, and whatever fishing rod I can find.
Yeah. Zebco 33.
I've got a couple that I bought for my kids. That expand.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those travel ones.
I used to keep one of those in the back of the when I had that Accord. And
you had an Accord?
Yeah, for like 5 years.
The silver one.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, that one.
And I used to keep a collapsible rod in the back in the trunk.
I mean, you never know when you're going to go past a residential pond that's calling your name.
There's a bumper sticker from this like fishing company that says, "I'm not swerving, I'm just taking a peek at the creek."
That's pretty good.
It was pretty funny.
Sir, you know you were swerving all over the work.
I was just taking a peek at the creek.
Yes, officer, I know it. Golly, I was just eyeballing that pond over there, and I was like, there's got to be fish in there. And that cop's just like, you want to go find out?
Yeah. Well, I
got 15 minutes.
I was talking to a deputy that we know, and he was like, man, he went and bought a collapsible pole and keeps it in the back of the squad car.
Yeah.
He's like, you never know on lunch break if you happen to be near some water.
100%.
Throw a couple cast in. I'm like, you are speaking my language.
Yeah, that's how I feel about whiskey.
Yeah. On patrol. You're on your lunch break. Take a couple swigs.
I got some in the back of my trunk.
Yeah. So that's so I didn't go fishing. I did go to the neighborhood pond, caught a pretty decent pond bass on a little spider fly I tied up.
The one that's guaranteed to catch fish.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I did a video over at Whiskey Bugger.
Yeah. Will has an awesome video on his Whiskey Bugger YouTube account where he shows you how to tie a fly that looks like a spider.
Yeah, real
easy. It's insanely well done. I wish he would film our stuff.
My lighting looked really good.
It did.
By accident. I'm like, I think that looks good.
You looked attractive. Your skin tone was impeccable.
Yeah, it's nice and warm tones.
But then you kind of had like this little flashy thing in the back.
It was good. So I did that video, and then I took that, and I should have taken like a GoPro out, but the whole video is like guaranteed to catch a fish, and I was out at the pond for like 10 minutes, casted a couple places in this for a pond bass in a neighborhood that are fished by kids with worms.
Right.
Pretty solid catch.
Yeah.
And I was on the 3-weight rod, which is super light. So that fish bent the rod in half and just was having a field day. It was great. You feel real good about yourself.
Dude, yeah, there's something about feeling a fish on the end of a rod that just makes you pee a little bit.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah,
every time.
It's like you
take a change of underwear.
We think that we're just getting older, and so we just pee naturally in our pants.
That is part of it.
But most of the time, it's just because we get excited about something.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It's like I walk past a bottle of whiskey, I pee a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. If I walk past your office and see you and you're smiling, I pee a little bit.
Really need to get some shades.
You do need shades.
Yeah, need some shades.
Yeah, you need... I can't have eye contact with you.
Yeah, you pee a little bit.
Freely.
Yeah, no.
It's just too easy for me to go and do it.
Hey, you want to go to the 15?
I would love to, Will. Hit the music.
Yeah.
Wait.
Nah, just hit it.
No, I'm not.
Why?
You do it.
All right. Well, we're going to do something after the 15. You want to go to the 15?
Hit the music.
Let's do this Highline Bourbon.
We're going to do Highline again.
Yeah.
We're just going to wrap it. We're wrapping up the series.
Yeah, we have one more after this. So. And we're back. I shouldn't do that ever again. And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will. We are completing
Not this
our
week.
Highline.
Next week, maybe.
Have we not done them all?
We've done 2 out of 4. And so
we have another one?
We have this one and one more we can do.
Well, where is it?
It's right behind this computer.
Oh, we do have one more.
Yeah.
This is the third in our series of 4.
So this is the
Highline
Spirits, and this is a brand. They sent them to us. We put it off getting to it, and we are finally, and then we've been pleasantly surprised by each one we've had.
Yeah.
So last time on the show, we did the American whiskey, which was $139, 112 proof. And it was unbelievable. So much so that we did town hall after and we finished the sample.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to be a town hall member, patreon.com/thepodcast. Check it out. But so the American whiskey was a blend of 5, 6, and 8-year-old bourbons and a 7-year wheat whiskey finished in American, Hungarian, and toasted French oak. This is their bourbon whiskey. It's only $64.99. It's 102 proof. But that base component,
this is more approachable price point.
Yeah, but that base component, the blend of 5, 6, and 8-year-old straight bourbons, which was in the American whiskey, is what this is. So a big portion of this, minus the wheat whiskey and minus the finishing, is this. So I'm really curious how good this is going to be compared to the American whiskey, which we raved about.
That would be interesting to side by side, but we drank all the other.
There was a problem.
We should have read ahead.
Probably should have read. Yeah, or done this one first, and then been like, "Wow!"
You were like, "Ooh, let's experience the absence of wheat whiskey and Hungarian oak finish. Let's dive in."
Smells good.
Or we just say no.
Smells good.
It does smell.
It smells really good. I'm hoping for. It smells a little bit more fruity than I remember on the other one. A little bit of graininess on the nose, though. But overall, pretty pleasant nose. The notes, it says, sense of caramel, butterscotch, and oak, precede vanilla, stone fruit, and subtle rye. Long, satisfying finish of sweet caramel and baking spice.
Well, it's a lengthier finish. I'm trying to figure out where this lands. There's a lot of flavor to it.
It tastes very Heaven Hill to me.
Interesting you said that. Yeah. I just think that this is so close to being developed. Like, it's like,
it's itching for it.
What would 2 more years do for this thing?
Or drop the 5. Drop the 5 and just have 6 and 8.
It's a little aggressive.
And for 102 proof, it's punchy. It's not as...
there's a little more alcohol forwardness on this.
Yeah.
You're not getting a lot of... You're getting flavor lasting in the finish, but you're also... It's also your tongue's interpreting the burn.
It's a subtle rye. I get a lot of spice on the palate. Not heat. I get actual spice. There's sweetness, but there's some spice.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's subtle rye. Like a high rye bourbon.
Yeah. But I might even say full on rye.
No, I wouldn't go. It's too sweet. Too sweet. Too much corn.
I'm really good at picking bourbons and rice blind.
Or we could end the series and do the triple rye next. We're here.
I don't think we should.
You don't? Okay, that's fine. Whatever you say. All right. I'm gonna think about this for a minute.
Yeah, you need to think about it.
Because this one's not as cut and dry as the American whiskey. The American whiskey was unbelievably good.
Yeah, it was immediate. It was like, boom, this is special.
Yeah.
What the heck are we drinking? Holy crap, this price point kind of sort of makes sense.
Yeah,
we're
like, we wish it was $100, but we both landed on bar because of the price, but we loved the whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, this is $75 less.
Yeah. No, yeah, this is basically half.
So now I'm sitting here trying to figure out, be like, man, I don't know, man. For $75 more, I would totally get that.
It's actually $65. I think it's exactly half price.
65,
right? No, we can't do math.
140.
140 and 165. So 165 times 2 is 130.
It's only 65.
Right. You said $75 less. Is that right? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
$35 takes you to 100 plus 40.
Yeah, that's right.
$75.
Yeah. Yeah, you did the math right. I'm proud of you. I was just checking your math.
It's the only thing I've done right. You plus me equals us, bro.
Oh, man.
Nailed you.
I know my calculus.
I
don't know.
I don't know how
I don't know. This one.
Yeah.
This one I really want to like.
Good price point.
It's not bad. Like, I even feel like the 8-year Kentucky whiskey, which is only $49, that was like so clear. But that one I feel like was more unique flavor than this one.
Yeah, it's just
this one just is missing a little bit of complexity that I'm looking for.
Dude, if the ethanol would get out of the way. If it would just...
The nose is really good. I really like the nose.
Yeah, but we picked up on an alcohol nose as well, and then you taste it, and you're like, yeah, that's lingering more in the finish than anything else.
Yeah.
I really wanted to like it because we have enjoyed their stuff.
Yeah, I was hoping it was a new go-to.
But you know what? I mean, us liking 2 out of 3.
This isn't a bad whiskey.
All right, I'm going to try the full-on yellow one, which is what?
That was the straight whiskey. It's an 8-year straight Kentucky whiskey. So I'm guessing that's used barrels is my guess.
Yeah, that crushes it.
Yeah, and that's only $49.
Yeah.
Like if I were to rank them of my favorites that we've done so far, it goes American straight and then bourbon.
Yeah. You got to be careful with this one though. This 8-year Kentucky whiskey.
Mm-hmm. Here, let me try a little bit of that.
It is 100 proof, and I'm telling you right now, you can just gulp that.
Yeah.
You could just keep...
It almost looks like some scotch.
I don't...
Get some of the scotches that are real light. Oh, it's so like delicious smelling.
Yeah, it crushes it.
Yeah, the straight whiskey's better to me.
I am so interested though in
the triple rye.
In the triple rye.
That one's going to be good.
I feel like we're gonna. I mean, because here's the deal, dude. They know what they're doing,
right? Yeah, and that's the thing. Even the bourbon, I think it's well made. It's just not quite there, right? Like,
well, and
I don't think
bourbon. There's
bad.
A level of standard that we have gotten in our mind of what it needs to be.
Like, here's the thing. I'd rather get like Russell's Reserve 10-year for cheaper than that bourbon.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's missing the right.
Let's just do this one. Let's just experience this. Okay, this is not fair though. This is a Lincoln Road pick.
Is this what's the proof?
It's always 110, right?
Yeah, 110. Oh. Yeah. So the straight whiskey, I think we were a bar, maybe buy.
I think we were
$50. I could say buy. I could say buy on the 50.
I feel like it was a buy for 50.
American whiskey was bar just because it's expensive, but it's really, really good. The bourbon, I'm a pass.
Yeah,
I just don't think I need it.
I don't think it's a bar because there's just so many alternatives out there. I don't think it brings you a unique experience.
Right. And that's kind of what I'm looking for in something that's an unknown quantity. If I'm going to a store, something that stands out, I want to be rewarded with something that's unique if I'm rewarding you with my purchase.
Yeah.
I don't think it's there. I don't think that means that it won't get there. They're a newer company. That's why
I sat there. I was like, dude, like
they're doing something right.
2 more years.
They're doing something right. They're making these products they're putting out aren't bad. Like there's so many bourbons that get put out from labels you've never heard of, NDPs, and you're like, this is just trash. I just wasted money.
You know what I like?
They are doing something cool.
You know what I like about this though?
What
is that? It's not. Hey, we got a hold of some MGP and we made a label. That's what I like about it. They're taking some risks. They're doing their thing.
They're doing it great. I also love that the CEO is a whiskey enthusiast, a mother of 4, a former pediatric surgical PA.
Well, they all are.
Christy Lower. So it's a woman-owned, women-run company. And they're doing good stuff. Their attention to detail is hello, ladies. They're doing great stuff. I really appreciate it, and I love what they're doing.
Right.
the bourbon's fallen flat for me.
Yeah,
but it's not a bad product. It's just not really giving me some pizzazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I was
still proud of everything I've drank from them because there's not been one thing on here that I'm just like, I can't drink this. This is not good.
Oh, 100%, dude.
And there's so many things that get sent to us that are that way.
And dude, that bourbon whiskey, give them a couple of years.
Yeah, maybe figure it out, tweak it a little bit.
It's just the ethanol sticking on the nose.
Honestly,
and it's sticking with you.
If they could
just let it have some air.
I'm guessing if they could decrease their 5 years. They're probably using the 5 year stock. I'm guessing that's the majority of the blend, right? It's the cheaper of them. If they could like tick that down a little bit and tick up the 6 year, I think it would.
Honestly, it's too late for that, Will. That 5-year-old stuff is already 6.
Oh, that's fair.
So
it's next year's probably better.
That's what I'm saying. I think they keep doing what they're doing because I mean it's not bad. It's $65.
No,
I don't know if it's going to fly off the shelf.
That's the thing too. Is it for $65 for a craft distillery? Once again, not terrible in today's market.
You know, the one thing that sucks for them is that their most economical bottle, which actually we like, is $50, but the color is this. Like I feel like that there's gonna be a perception of that whiskey to be like mellow corn,
right?
Because it's so yellow,
right?
That I don't think they're getting a fair shake. So what I would do,
dark bottle,
some food coloring,
dark. Then you can't be a straight whiskey anymore.
Well, you know, you do it without anybody knowing.
Or a dark bottle, or also we have extremely thin sample bottles, right? It's this clear with an inch of depth. In a round bottle, it's still going to be light, but it's not going to be this yellow.
I kind of want to just finish that and you pour it in there.
Yeah, you probably will.
No, but look, if you look through it this way,
it's still very clear.
Yeah,
you're right.
And that's maybe 2.5 inches. You tell me, Will.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the podcast this week. Check us out at patreon.com/thepodcast if you want to join Town Hall or virtual bar night. They're great, fun times. We're about to go do one right now. And other than that, go check out Heavy Mental Podcast with the Greeze. Check out the Whiskey Bugger on YouTube. That's me doing fishing stuff. And we don't know Jack,
but we'll drink it.